I was taking care of a patient. We were transitioning him to comfort care as he was dying. He didn't have any family there due to COVID concerns. And my heart just really ached for him to be alone. I was praying silently over him throughout the morning. And then a little later on, I was in the room, and one of the physicians caring for him stopped by. She popped her head into the room and told me, we found out he used to be a pastor. And I don't know if you have any of the same beliefs, but I just wanted to let you know. And I knew this physician. I've worked with her before. I like her. She's wonderful. But I think I've seen her silently pray over people. So I thanked her for telling me this, and she left. But I felt jolted a little bit, like I had been holding back a little bit, a little unsure, and now it was like green light. I get to be a little more bold. And so I just went up to the patient. He was kind of slowly losing consciousness, but I just held his hand and got really close to his ear, and I told him, I heard you are a Christian. I am too. And just told him I was going to pray over him and bless him. And I did, and traced a cross on his forehead, and just sat by his bed holding his hand. He passed away a little while later and looked pretty calm and comfortable. And I was able to stay with him the whole time, which is unusual. I was not busy at all. But I saw the Lord in all of that, and working in this kind of heartbreaking, hard situation. But he gave me the push I needed to be more bold, and paved a way in terms of time for me to stay with that patient the whole time. Another last story here. Last week, about a week ago, I was working, and I saw a family say goodbye to their loved one who was dying of COVID through an iPad. Our chaplain service, our chaplains have been just amazing. They are amazing humans, but they've been doing a lot to help connect patients to families at home. So with this patient, the family was on a Zoom call, and I was just standing in there kind of behind the iPad, holding it in front of him, and just listening. They each were saying the things that they had to say, crying, and he was pretty sedated on heavy sedatives. He had a breathing tube still in his mouth. So he was unresponsive. You could kind of hear the ventilator humming quietly in the background. And for me, standing there, I mean, I can just vividly imagine the agony of not being able to be present to your family member who's dying. It's really hard, but it was clear to me, especially afterwards, that God was really working in that moment. The patient's daughter was speaking to him, forgiving him out loud for all the hurts he had done her, telling him how much she hopes he can go to God, knowing that, be with the Lord, praying that he can accept God's mercy and love, telling him how much her faith has meant to her. And she didn't know that I had been by his bedside praying silently over him for peace and union with the Lord. And just that, in some way, like the Lord having me there was helping to answer some of her prayers. And I don't know what the Lord was doing in his heart, but I find myself more constantly praying, "Come, Holy Spirit," under my breath throughout the day in those situations. And it's just been good to recognize his hand at work in things, even if I don't always see it.